Hello and Merry Christmas, Money Multipliers. Welcome back to another episode of the Money Multiplier podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Kessler, and we ask ourselves, do our dollars make sense? So today, I'm not going to be recording for as long, all right, because it's the Christmas week. I want y'all to spend time with the family, reflect, hibernate, sleep for a little bit, all right? So now is really the time where we can just take some time for ourselves and really reflect on what happened this past year. So that's kind of what I want to get into today is what does Christmas mean to me? And honestly, how I kind of thought about this topic, it was my mother. So Terry Kessler put all of us, all the family members, on an assignment where we have to come up with what is our answer to what Christmas really means to us. So as I was sitting here and I was kind of reflecting on what Christmas truly means to me, I thought it would be cool to kind of bring it to the community as well to kind of get y'all's wheels turning about what Christmas means to you and your family. So before we get into it though, I have two little topics I want to discuss because some of my phone calls here recently, emails I get, text messages, I kind of wanted to address some of these questions that I'm being asked. So as always, subscribe to the podcast, give us 5 stars, subscribe to the YouTube, and also a little show announcement coming up on January 13th. Jonah Dew and myself, we're going to be hosting a millennial wealth building boot camp. All right, so if you go to our website, themoneymultiplier.com, and you go to the events calendar, you can check it out there to register, or the event page, it's themoneymultiplier.com/January 2024. And you can go there, register for the event. It's free, so why not come? And it's going to be Jonah and myself co-hosting it. I also got guest speakers. Chris Noggle's going to be on. Ollie's going to be there. Ollie Cashflow and Stephen Nagy as well. So I'm excited, and let's get into the episode. So one thing I kind of want to talk about is who is the Money Multiplier? I mean, what do you guys do? Hannah, I see you every single week uploading an episode. I mean, what do you guys really do? And I know I'm a little embarrassed to admit it because when we go out, we teach live, or y'all are hopping on the webinars weekly, you're in our Facebook group, you know, people will ask me, well, hey, Hannah, this stuff is really, really cool. I want to practice the infinite banking concept. Who can I go to get one of these policies? And I'm over here like raising my hand like, me, pick me, right? So anyways, just to give y'all a high level of who we are over here at the Money Multiplier if you are new to me and our community. So what we do, I mean, the Money Multiplier textbook definition, I mean, we're just an independent brokerage, all right? So we are affiliated with 5 different life insurance companies, and the infinite banking concept is all that we do. So we help our folks obtain the policy, designing it properly for your needs, your goals in this concept, and then even after that policy goes active, all right, well, now that I have the vehicle, I have the product of this whole life policy, an overfunded whole life insurance policy, how do I start using this thing? And then that's where my mapping, or you'll sometimes hear me refer to them as the implementation team. They're the same group of folks, but that's where they will step in. And for the life of that policy, 2 to 3 times a year, I mean, we're always checking in with you. We build the visual tools, you know, something called the cash flow analysis, the money multiplier map. So we'll really build and update those tools as time goes on, because our financial life is never stagnant, right? We're going to have the windfalls, we're going to have the downfalls. And so the mapping, the implementation team, they are really there to help you use and implement your policy. So that's a service that we do. It's free. It's free to all of our members because honestly, I mean, here's my philosophy. we get paid directly from the insurance company. No matter who you go to obtain a life insurance policy, whether you call up the insurance company directly or another agent in town, I mean, somebody's going to get paid for that sale of the policy. And so that's how we make our money. So we get paid directly from the insurance company, and it's kind of like the same way your car insurance guy gets paid, right? Like, let's say you're working with John Smith, your Allstate agent, you write that check to Allstate, and then Allstate pays John Smith a commission. So same thing over here. So where this kind of becomes a win-win scenario is that if I can really show you how important privatized banking is and how it helps you keep the money in the family, building tax-free growth for the family while still being able to use the cash values from the policy. I mean, if you really understand this stuff, you will quickly understand, oh my gosh, Hannah, I should be putting all of my income through these policies. I just said puddling, what was that? but right, you'll get that concept and that idea that, hey, my dollars have to be deposited in somebody's bank, whether it's my bank, i.e. the policy, or if it's down at the local bank, the commercial banks. So you'll quickly understand that you want to get every dollar and penny you possibly can through the policies. And as time goes on, your income's going to rise, your assets are going to rise, that you're going to have a need to warehouse more of that wealth inside of the policy. So hopefully you like me enough, you see how efficiently and effectively my team's working with you, that you come back and you start more policies. You start referring your friends, your family members, your colleagues, and it's just a win-win for everybody. So that's who we are over here at the Money Multiplier. And I think I may have shared our origin story. I don't know, maybe it's been some time, but actually the Money Multiplier, we've been established since 2017. It's my father's company, Brent Kessler, and prior to that, because Dad's been teaching this since 2012, so we've been active consumers of this concept since 2008, but Dad didn't start teaching it till 2012. And back at that time, he was at another agency in another office, and he was with his old mentor. And unfortunately, his mentor passed away, and that's how the Money Multiplier became established in 2017. So it's been awesome. I mean, ever since then, I mean, y'all, we have just been growing like wildfire. I mean, closing out here in 2023, over 9,000 clients across the United States. When we first started, I remember it was Jonah on the mapping team, and if y'all come to my virtual event in January, you'll meet Jonah. It was Jonah on the mapping team, it was Joe on our application team, and it was Brent. That's all we had. Now we're up to the point where we have 11 application specialists, I have 5 implementation specialists, and a group of about, 25 plus active mentors on the team going out and teaching this. So what I think is really cool about us over here is that this is all that we do. And everybody who is on my team, whether it's the app, the map team, or your mentor, you guys were all clients first, right? You guys were all clients. You were active consumers and practicing this concept in your life, and you found your passion. You said, Hannah, this stuff is really cool. You know, I like what I'm doing for my work and my job over here, but it's really it's not fulfilling me, right? And so y'all will reach out to me and say, Hannah, are there any opening positions on the team? And if there are, heck yeah, we get you enrolled if it's a good fit, and then you join the team. So, and I'm saying that now, I'll be honest, we are not hiring anything like that, okay? But I think it's just really cool how we built it to this point here in 2023, because all of y'all were just consumers. You were practicing this stuff, you found your passion, and then now you're here teaching others and helping the community as well implement privatized banking in their life. So that's what we do over here, and I'm really looking forward to 2024. We have a lot of cool things in store. I know I'm planning our 3-day live mastermind event again, so that will come up again in 2024. And hey, if you know of events, I am available. I will come out live. If you have a group of people, maybe you're a part of a real estate group, or I don't know, you got buddies and y'all are physicians or teachers or whatnot. I will come out and I will speak live for your audience. Just let me know how I can help serve you and your community. Okay, now my second little topic before I get into what Christmas means for me is somebody asked me this past week, and I thought it was a really good question. Hannah, all right, if I'm going to be starting my policies, let's say on an annual premium, how do I budget to make sure that I have this monies for my next year's premium? Like let's say my annual premium is $24,000 a year, just making up numbers. Now, reminder to my new folks listening to this, $24,000 is not the minimum to get started in this stuff. All right, when I was 18 years old being a waitress at Cracker Barrel, do you think I could afford $24,000 a year to put into a stupid life insurance policy? Heck no, right? So you always get to determine what that premium deposit is that you want to put into your policy. But let's make believe that I have a policy and I'm doing $24,000 a year. So that's $2,000 a month, $24,000 for the year. And I need a budget for this thing because there is going to come a time where premium comes due. I'm going to have to make my next deposit into the policy. So what I do, because all of my policies, they're on an annual premium mode. There's only one that I have on a monthly mode. And why I like that monthly premium is because it really matches up best to what I have for some investments that get rolled into me. So each and every month, what I do is when that investment gets paid to me, I take that check and it goes directly into my policy as that monthly premium. And that could be good for you in your cash flow scenario of the family right now. But I like my annual premiums because as soon as I make that premium for the entire year, now I have access to that full cash value bucket immediately, right? My definition of immediately is within 30 days. So then I got the full cash value bucket. I'll dip right in, take it out, go plant it into some investments or purchases that I'm making in life, right? So, and then like on the flip side, if I'm doing monthly, each and every month, we're building up that cash value bucket. So each and every month, we have access to a 12th of that full loan amount for the year, right? Because you're just doing it in monthly increments now. So how sometimes I'll budget for my annual premiums is I will actually save up in my policies. So I'll save back up. I will pay back my policy loans just to safely warehouse the money back inside of my policy so that when my annual premium comes due, all right, maybe I'll take out a policy loan and go and pay for my annual premium now. So that's one way I'll do it. Another way I'll do it is I will kind of match up some of my investments so that I know these payouts. Like let's say I'm walking into investments that's going to be 12 months. Well, I'll match it up so that I know by the time that my premium comes due, that investment will get paid out, and then now I have the cash, and then I will go and make that deposit into the policy. So that's another way that I'll do it. Now, here's this as well. You do have a 30-day grace period on the policies, all right? So let's say your premium due date comes February 1st. Well, technically, you have until March 1st to make that premium deposit into it. So you have a 30-day grace period to make those premiums. And let's say that, maybe in that scenario that I'm enrolled in an investment and it's a 12-month investment, and let's say that the person comes to me and says, Hannah, we have the money, but maybe we're not going to be paying it out until next month. I don't know. If somebody tells me that, there's red flags all over that, but we won't get into those details. But Hannah, I will have your investment payout to you next month. Well, okay. Well, what I could do for my policy premium if I didn't have the money and I can't pay it out of pocket right now, well, go in there, change the premium mode of the policy or frequency. So maybe right now I'll change that policy premium to quarterly. So now all I got to do is make that 1/4 of premium, and then when that investment gets paid out to me, I'll go right back into the company and pay up the premium for the entire year, switching it back to annual. So you can always do that. So there's different ways of how you have the flexibility of making your premiums and changing the modes of how often you deposit in. So hopefully that's helpful for some folks. Okay, and last thing I'll just say as well, thank you, y'all. Thank you for tuning in this year. The channel has been growing. I've been seeing a lot more people reach out to me, give me calls. If you want to. I mean, after you've seen that presentation on our website, whether you see the presentation recorded, maybe you saw us live somewhere, maybe a live virtual event. All right, so if you ever want to talk with us, I will put our calendar links down below. So you can link up with myself or another mentor on the team, but connect with us. I mean, if you got questions and you just want to have a one-on-one strategy call, I mean, hop on our calendar. We'll call you up and we'll answer those questions that you have. And my advice to you, write down your questions. All right, Dad has always taught me a short pencil is better than a long memory. So write down those questions because I want to make sure that we help answer them for you. Also, here's a little note too for the end of year conclusion. You guys have been coming to me being so educated. It makes me so happy hopping on the phones and y'all asking me these very good questions. Now, no question is stupid, all right? But I can see where somebody's mindset is at and how much studying or education that they've done for themselves just by the questions that you ask me over the phone. And I just want to applaud all of you for tuning in and being open to learning. That's always the first step. You know, we got to be open to learning what's new out there, new possibilities. And I see it. I see that y'all are doing your homework and doing your own due diligence. So I applaud you and keep doing it. Keep at it. So here, I wanted to read y'all my, I guess, I don't want to call it essay, but that's like the only word that's coming to my mind right now. So here's my short little essay that I wrote for my mom and my family. And actually, I'm telling you, the listeners first, because as of the recording of this, Christmas has not happened yet. But I'll be sharing this weekend with Mama, Pops, and then my brothers. So here's my little article, that's the word I was looking for. That's a better word than essay. Essay just seems like, ugh, essay, schoolwork, ugh. So, all right. So here's my little conclusion about what does Christmas mean to me. Christmas is a time to reflect. It's a celebration of life for our Creator and taking time to find peace with our growth and mistakes throughout the year. It's a time where we shouldn't be stressed out, more so the opposite. This is the time of year where we are taking a step back to hibernate, rest, and enjoy time and life with our loved ones. So we're always on the go, living very busy lives, and we need to remember that we are here on this planet to enjoy life, give back to the community, and grow on this journey of living this human experience. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. You never want to hit a time where you are no longer moving forward in any aspect of life, whether it's your financial life, spiritual, your personal relationships, your health. In my opinion, I think we should be following this the entire year, not just around the holiday season. It's important to step back and reflect the changes, the challenges, and achievements you have accomplished. Persistency will create these habits in your life. My goal for 2024 is to dedicate one full day every month where I take no phone calls, I do no podcast recordings, and no speaking engagements. And I truly reflect on the previous month. This will allow me to stay focused, determined, and persistent on my growth journey. So that's what I'm doing. I think Christmas time is the time of year where we reflect on the year of what happened, and we take time for ourselves. And I think it's kind of sad, I guess, that we kind of hone in, just as society, we really just hone in that these changes should happen by the first of the year. All right, here's my New Year's resolutions, right? I think these resolutions should be an ongoing thing and commitment to you and yourself. It shouldn't just be a one time a year where, all right, here's the biggest one, right? I'm going to hit the gym 3 days a week. And then you go and you do that for about 6 weeks, and then you start to fall off. You got to stay persistent with this stuff, because that persistency will keep creating more and more habits. And I have a new grown appreciation for reflection. I would always reflect, like when it comes to like my personal and mental health, like I do a lot of yoga and things like that, but I never really took the time to reflect on the business aspect. Yeah, we track the stats, we look at things that we're doing every month, every quarter, but I think more so it's the relationships that I'm building with my members who are practicing this concept with me, my team members, my application, mapping, the mentors on the team. And I think it's very important to take time to reflect the good and the bad, because that's how you're going to grow. And it was actually John Maxwell. So I got to shout out Miss Sandra Fry on my team, because she is actually doing a book study with the application team. And we're going through John Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, I think is what the book is called. I mentioned it, I think, a few times on the podcast. And he had a whole chapter dedicated to reflection. And that's where I kind of had this light bulb moment where I need to take it further and deeper than what I am doing now. So my goal to do that is I'm going to dedicate a day each month starting next year. Actually, I said that I should start it this year because we're here in December, and Hannah, you should start it now. Where's Chris Nagle when you need him? You guys have seen like his little wristwatch, and it said there's no dial on it or anything. It just says now, because the time is now. But I'm going to take more time to really put and dedicate towards my growth in all areas of my life. So I think it's an ongoing, every single day thing that we can be doing. And I just wanted to share back my feedback, my appreciation to the community. And I'm excited. So next year, we're going to be back every single week with an episode. Write into me, Hannah spelled the same ways, forwards and backwards, Hannah at themoneymultiplier.com. You can email me, ask me your questions, leave a comment down below, and I'm looking forward to really helping the community and serve you guys. So as always, thank you for being here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and take time to yourself and your family. Until next time, and next year. I'll see you then. Bye everyone.